Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to continue our Unit 4 in the Connect Plus on the form, Lesson 2. Today we are going to study about the present simple tense. The present simple tense is a form of the sentence that we use in order to describe a fact or a habit or a permanent situation. What is the meaning by a fact? The fact is something that we can never control or change in our life. For example, the sun rises every morning. Can we make the sun rises in the evening? No, of course. We cannot control that or we cannot change it. So, it's a fact. It's a fact. Another fact, the fish live under the water. Can we make the fish live on the land like us? Of course not. So it's a fact that we can never change and we don't have any hand in order to control it. Okay? Now, we use the present simple tense also to describe a habit. The habit is a routine in our life. It's a routine in our life. Something we do every day or every month or every week or every year. It's a routine that we are repeating in our life. Or a permanent situation. What is the meaning by a permanent situation? It's a situation that seems to be existing all the time. It's a situation that seems to be existing all the time. I don't have any intention in order to change this situation. For example, I live in Cairo. It's a situation which exists all the time. I don't want to go anywhere else. I live in Cairo. Okay? So we use the present simple tense to describe fact, a habit, and a permanent situation. Okay. What are the key words for the present simple tense? The key word means that this word is the key that opens the sentence for me. It shows me in which tense is the sentence. When I see one of those words in any sentence, I must know that this sentence is in present simple tense. The key words for present simple tense are always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. Also every day, every week, every month, every year. So always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. Every. Always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. Every. Okay? Those are the key words for present simple tense. How can we make a sentence in the present simple tense? How can we form a sentence in the present simple tense? Okay, in the present simple, we are going to divide our personal pronouns into two groups. The first group, as we said before, that personal pronouns are divided into two houses. The first house is the quiet adult's house. The house of the adults. It's a very quiet house. Who lives inside this house? I, we, you, and they. I, we, you, and they. They are so quiet. They don't disturb anything that stands beside them. So, any verb will come after I, we, you, they will be as it is in infinitive. I will never change the verb. I will never add anything to the verb or change the form of the verb. I play. They run. We eat. You study. So I'm not going to change the verb as it is in infinitive. Play as it is. I play. They run. I don't change the verb. Okay? This is the quiet house. When I find any of those personal pronouns at the beginning of the sentence, I will put after them the verb as it is in infinitive. Infinitive means stem. Infinitive is the same, which means stem. Here, for example, we have two examples. We go to school every day. We have here the verb go, and we said before that the verb is an action, a movement, okay? We go to school every day. It's a habit. It's a routine. It's a habit. So go as it is in infinitive. I watch, the verb, we didn't change the verb here. I watch television every night. Every, it's a key word, every day, every night. And this is also a habit, it's a routine. What about the other family, the other house? In the other house, we have three personal pronouns, lives in there, he and she and it. He and she and it. Okay, we agree that those three personal pronouns are naughty. They are naughty kids. They are disturbing anything that comes after them. Here, it will disturb the verb that will come after them. It will make a noise with the verb that comes after them. So any verb comes after he or she or it, we will add s, noisy s at the end of the verb. We will add noisy s at the end of the verb. So the noisy sound that comes out from this house is zzz, like a noisy fly. Okay? So he goes. He runs. She plays. It eats. So we put s at the end of the verb that comes after he or she or it. Okay? Sometimes we don't put only s at the end of the verb. Sometimes we put es instead of s at the end of the verb that comes after he or she or it. Again, please look first at the personal pronoun. If it's a quiet personal pronoun, I, we, you, they, I don't put anything to the verb. I'm talking about he or she or it. The first sound is s, the noisy s. We put the noisy s at the end of any verb that comes after he or she or it. What about verbs that end with one of those letters? S, ss, sh, ch, o, or x. S, ss, sh, ch, o, or x. We put at the end of the verb, instead of only s, we put what? We put es. And that's the second noisy sound that comes from this house. So we put s at the end of any verb that comes after he, she, it. But if the verb ends with one of those letters, s, or ss, or sh, or ch, or x, or o, we will put instead of only s, es. Es. Like the verb go. G-O, it ends with O. And O is one of the verbs that takes es, not only s at the end of it, after he or she or it. Like wash. We have, for example, here, he goes to school every day. Can you see es in the red line? Es. Go takes es because it ends with O. What about the other example? She washes her hands after every meal. We have the keyword every here. So look at the end of the verb. First of all, we have the personal pronoun she, a noisy one. So let's look at the end of the verb. Wash ends with sh. Sh will take s or es. Of course, it will take es at the end of the verb. So verbs ends with s, ss, sh, ch, o, and x takes what? Es at the end of the verb instead of only s. Now, this house makes these two noisy sounds. Is that everything? No. No. What else? We said before in English language, what are our vowels? The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, R, O, U, A, E, R, O, U. And let's remember that those vowels are so strong. Those vowels are so strong. Okay? Now, when the verb that comes after he or she or it, when the verb that comes after he or she or it ends with Y, like play, play, P-L-A-Y, and the letter before Y is a vowel, A, P-L-A-Y, play, A before Y. A is a vowel and the vowel is strong. The Y wants to run away from the noisy S. The Y doesn't like the noisy S. It wants to run away from the noisy S. But our strong vowel will catch it. Our strong vowel will catch the Y. The Y will not be able in order to run away. So we will put after the Y only noisy S. Play, we P plays, P-L-A-Y, and noisy S after the Y, because the Y cannot escape. A is catching it. It's a strong vowel. Okay. What if I don't have a strong vowel? I don't have a strong vowel before the Y. What will happen? We said that the Y doesn't like at all the noisy S. The Y will run away from the verb. Okay? The Y will run away from the verb. The verb will be without Y, and we will put what? Instead of the Y, we will put I-E-S. So, this noisy house makes the sound of S, E-S, and I-E-S. If there is no strong vowel before the Y will run away and leave the verb alone. So we will put instead of this Y, I-E-S. So we will put S at the end of any verb that comes after he or she or it. I put ES at the end of the verb that ends with S, as S, as H, CH, O, or X. I put after those letters ES. If the verb ends with Y and there is no strong vowel to catch the Y from running away, we will put IES and the Y will leave the verb. It will run away from the noisy S. Here, he or she or it plus verb ending with a consonant, and we said that a consonant is any letter in the English alphabet which is not a vowel. Any letter, not a vowel, it's a consonant. When the verb ends with a consonant and then Y, it's not strong enough. The consonant is not strong enough to catch the Y. So the Y will run away and we will put I-E-S. For example, she, carry, will be carries. There is no Y in the verb and we put I-E-S. She carries her baby. She carries her baby because we have R. R is not a strong vowel to catch the Y. But if he or she or it, and then we have a verb ending with a vowel and then Y, a vowel before the Y. The vowel is strong enough, is very strong to catch the Y from running away from the verb. So we will put only S after the Y. So a vowel, then Y, then S. Like, for example, she always says the truth. Say, S-A-S-A-A, and then Y. A is a vowel. A is a vowel, and we have Y. So A catches the Y, A catches the Y, So the Y cannot escape or run away from the verb. And we put the noisy S beside the Y. She always says the truth. The Y cannot escape from this verb. Now, negative form. We said before, negative means not. Negative means not. So when we say it's negative time, it means that not must be inside the sentence. We must put a not inside the sentence. So here, with he and she and it, we said before that the verb has a noisy S or ES or IES at the end of it. So when not comes to play with the verb, I want to play with you. It's my negative time. The verb will say what? No, I have a very big headache. I cannot play with you. I don't want to play with anyone. I have a very bad headache. I don't want to play. Not is crying. It's negative time. It wants to play. And the verb doesn't want to play. Their kind friend, verb to do. Verb do will come to them. Why are you crying? Why are you fighting? The verb will say, I have a very bad headache from this noisy S, of the noisy he or she or it. And not wants to play now. Not will say, it's my negative time. So, do will say, okay, don't fight, I will take your noisy S. Do ends with O. So, instead of S, we will put ES. It will be does. And it will take not to play with. It will be does not, doesn't, does not, doesn't. But it will stand. It has only one condition. Doesn't has only one condition. I will stand in the middle between the personal pronoun he or she or it and the verb. And the verb will be again quiet in the stem in the infinitive form. Okay, so he or she or it doesn't, and the verb will be in infinitive. Doesn't play, doesn't study, doesn't run, doesn't eat. So I will not add anything to the verb because I added es to do to become does. Doesn't, does not, doesn't. What about with I, we, you, they in the quiet house? With I, we, you, they, the verb is living in a quiet house, so the verb is sleeping all the time. When it's negative time, not will jump in the sentence. It's my time, I want to play. The verb, no, I will not play with you now. I want to sleep, it's my sleeping time. But it's my negative time, I want to sleep. The verb will say, no, I'm sleeping now, I will not play with you. Their kind friend do, again, will come to them. Why are you both fighting together? Not and the verb. Not will say, verb is sleeping in this quiet house of I, we, and you, and they. And this verb doesn't want to play with me. Do will say, okay, come, I will play with you. It will be do not, don't. Do not, don't. We take out the O, put apostrophe to make it shorter and easier. Do not, don't. But it has only one condition. It says what? I will stand between the personal pronoun, I, we, you, or they, and the verb. And you, verb, you can sleep for the rest of the day. I, we, you, we, they, don't, and then the verb in infinitive. He, she, it, doesn't, and then the verb in infinitive. This is the negative form. Does not, doesn't, with he, she, it. Do not, don't, with I, we, you, they. And then the verb that comes after doesn't or don't in infinitive without any change. For example, we have here, she likes apple. The verb like, we add s to the end of it because she is a noisy kid. So she likes apples. In the negative form, she doesn't like. And we will take out the s because we put es to do, it becomes does not. Doesn't like apples. They have bikes. They don't have bikes. I eat pizza. So here, the verb with they have, the verb is in infinitive already, so I will put don't and I will not change the verb. I eat pizza. Here also eat is in infinitive or in stem, so I will not change the verb. I don't eat pizza. I will put only don't between the personal pronoun and the verb. Thank you for this lesson today. See you next lesson.